everyone. Before started, let me share my screen. Mm, Can you see my screen? Everything look good? Yeah. So, um, welcome to my presentation. Before starting, I would like to thank for the host for introducing me, and thank to Farid who organizing the webinar this year, as well as encouraged me to do the research so I have the chance to share my idea with everyone here. Thank you so much. My research is quite simple, even for someone beginner to the construction industry to understand, because in my background isn't strongly relevant to the industry. I was study about food science and technology. What I'm caring is about the nutrition and its effect on mental well-being, healthy, and also improving the quality of the food which is input in the human body. There's a story behind of my research. 2 years ago, when I went to Australia and worked in the hospitality industry in the very regional area there, where my most of the customer are construction worker. And throughout the time working there, from my observation, almost the customer who is construction worker, they tend to consume fizzy drinks, fast food, or some procedures food to keep their day going or to keep their meal. They didn't have the probably meal for providing enough nutrition. As everyone know that the physically works, especially in construction field, are uh, need proper meal, provide enough nutrition for their body, not only for the health but also for the care about mental well-being. The question of my thoughts was there were any method to help out in the lack of electricity condition for the construction site. The research is explore how nutrition choices affect to the mental well-being and suggest the solution to enhance food quality for construction worker, which is say heating food package. To understand the necessary of this research, it's worthwhile to first identify the problem related to the nutrition and mental well-being. When understood, the next stage will explain why self-heating food package can solve the problem and also answer all the question that pointed out here, which is what is the worker behavior of consuming food. Does one food help maintain a healthy lifestyle for construction worker? What we need for the health heating food package, what chemical they are using in the self-heating food bag, how much temperature they can raise up to, or how long can it stay. As mentioned at the beginning, the consuming fizzy drinks is becoming construction worker behavior due to their ability and temperature energizing effects. Excessive consumption leads to dehydration, increased sugar intake, and unstable blood sugar level. It also causes of the addiction. In the country, it contributes to fatigue, ir- irritability, and decreased concentration, ultimately affect to mental performance, workplace safety. This is the most important thing they need to need to do when they work in construction site, and also cause diabetes in long term. Normally, to warm up the food, we use microwave pretty commonly for every kitchen in your house. But in some study suggests that microwave cooking can alter the nutritional composition of the food, reducing essential vitamins and minerals. Plus, in the most construction site in very remote area are also absent of electricity. The workers exposure under the sun increase the risk of dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. They require the construction worker, of course, they require diet rich in the electrolytes, hydration, supporting foods, and antioxidants to combat with oxidative stress caused by UV radiation. The food, which is rich in vitamin C, omega-3 fatty acids, and potassium, can help maintain mental clarity and reduce fatigue. For construction worker, consuming warming food will help maintain body temperatures, provide comfort in extreme weather conditions, and boost morale, reduce stress, and promoting relaxation. Warm meal also aid the digestion, ensuring better nutrition absorption, which support the brain function and energy level. Um, The research also pointed out that warm food consumption lower cortisol level, which is the body's primary stress hormone, almost the emotion stress caused by that hormone, thereby reducing mental fatigue and enhancing cognitive function. For construction workers who ensure uh, physically and mentally demanding condition, access to warm meals can play a vital role in sustaining the resilience's emotional well-being and overall workplace productivity. With all the under condition listed above, it's necessary to find out the solution that has all the convenience such as portability, nutrition retention, and also required minimal effort to warm up the food in the breaking time instead of using microwave. Here we have the heating food packaging. Um, the the cell heating food package is rely on the exothermic reaction. This research use calcium oxide, commonly known as quicklime, mixed with water, producing calcium hydroxide and releasing significant heat. Now the question are how much the CAO do I need to use for the reaction, how many degree is could generated, and how long will it stay. Let me get you through the experiment to find out the answer for the question. But before that, it's important to understand the basic cooking time and temperature required for a range of food ingredients. In this table is represent for 100 grams per ingredients, and the cooking methods is for reference is boiling or steaming. In the I have listed out here some very common ingredient which is cover almost of the meal for your daily, such as noodle, egg, rice, pork, beef, chicken, or potato, and the minimum temperature required is 75 degrees. Move to the next page. You see the step by step from my experiment setup. For the first step, I wait 100 grams of water at ambient temperature about 25 to 26 degrees. Uh, the next step, I will wait the portion of calcium oxide from 10% to 60%. After portioning the ingredient, I'll pouring the amount of water see, into each CIO portion, stirring probably the mixed, and start observing and recording in 30 minutes. And here is the results. It can be observed that at the portion of CEO increases, the maximum of temperature increases. The minimum required for cooking a meal is 75 degree, which has been achieved only for the CIO percentage of 50% and above. In the last mix, I had add 6.5 grams of oil in an attempt to sustain the high temperature for longer period of time, as oil doesn't evaporate at above 90 degrees. So the result of the last mix had been collected up to 99 degrees. The addition of the oil to the mix has slowed down the heating regime, perhaps to having oil acting as a barrier between CaO and water molecule. The mixes with 40%, 50%, and 60% of CaO could have the temperature above 55 degree for over than 10 minutes. You can observe it in here. In the conclusion, poor dietary choices such as excessive consumption of fizzy drink or processed food can lead to dehydration, fatigue, and cognitive decline. Warm meal play a crucial role in improving digestion, nutrient absorption, and mood regulation. This study found that calcium oxide based of self-heating package can effectively generate the necessary heat for meal warming in with the mix containing 50% or over or more calcium oxide reaching and sustaining temperature above 75 degrees. However, to maintaining the high temperature for longer duration remain a challenge. Therefore, it leads to another thing that could be considered when procedure a package for self-heating food is safety at the high temperature. As you can see that it can lead up to 99 Celsius degree. The package could be applied for construction workers or in some situation that absent of electricity, such as camps in a camping sites, or surviving in the jungle, or it can use for the army. This and that's it, my presentation about the research of self-heating food package. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Do you have any question or contribution for me? Please let me know.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
So thank you so much. It was brilliant to know much about self-heating food packages. I personally didn't know that something like this exists. But question was that what's the future of this research study? What are the next steps?
Well, as a suggestion I have mentioned too, in the next future, it's the further research should be about the package of the like how could I pack the consumption, and how could they for the package make it safety for using, and the when the procedures for the package, it's easy to use for everyone, and the safety instruction as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other question, please?
I might just ask a question, or more just like with, I guess you're saying like with the very remote places in like Australia, for example, when you're working on site there, and that's what you were saying was like the concern of like having a warm meal and stuff like that. My only thing is like, as someone who's worked in construction, especially if it's like on a more remote site, usually you find that they'll put up some kind of temporary kitchen or space where you have access to things like a kettle or a microwave. I think it's very rare that you'd be sort of really far away, so like from anything at all. So like in terms of just like how would it appeal to me as a worker to have something like that when that takes a lot of time to heat, as opposed to just going to a local, like you said, cafe or something like that, or not bringing my own pre-made food with me, because do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand your situation is in the remote area. They do have some container or the accommodation, like basic accommodation for the workers to stay in there. But in some situation or in some condition, they and the limited break time. So and not only for the construction worker, as I have mentioned at the end of my presentation, it can apply for some situation in campsite. Some of the campsite, they don't have the barbecue station or electric to warm up the things, and also apply for the survival. In some situation, they don't have the enough equipment like gas stove or fire to warm up the thing or cooking. And it doesn't take it doesn't take much time to warm up the food. For some construction worker, they might have their meal being repaired. They just need to warm it up. They don't need to come back to their accommodation. And it to reach up to the 75-degree, it take less than 10 minutes, as I show in the my presentation. Let me.
So once it reaches that in the 10 minutes, then you're saying it's cooked in 10 minutes?
It reached to up to 75 degrees. It's less than 10 minutes. And I think, and at the table of the minimum time required for warm up the things is from 3 to 10 minutes is the average.
See?
Thank you.
Thank you. It's really good.
Any other question or contribution?
All right. If no one has any more questions, I guess we can move on. Thank you so much. And next we have Olotuyin or Demeni. I hope I said that right. And he will be talking about